Hello, YouTube, and welcome back. What are we doing today? We're starting Lab 2, Chapter 2, Exercise 1. Okay, and Lab 2 is all about using pre-existing classes. So what's a class? A class is an object factory. What's an object? An object is a special kind of variable that doesn't just hold information like x equals 5 holds an integer, right? Int x equals 5 is an int. And that's it. You're done. That's all right. That's a primitive variable, but an object variable can hold data. In fact, several pieces of data, all different types if you want, and behaviors, ways of manipulating that data, or looking at that data, or creating the data, whatever. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create. Let's see. Am I in the workspace? Yes, I am. Okay, let's make dir C2X1. Let's CD there, C2X1. Oh, wait, no, not there. Whoopsie. Wait. Remove C2X1. That's not where I want to be. It's a directory, I know. I can't delete it. Where did I put it? I put it up here somewhere. This. Okay, is there a way to delete that? Delete. No, not that. I want to delete this. No, it's not going to let me do that. Is there? Oh, so maybe remove dir. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I want to be in my YouTube folder first, and then in there, what do I have? I have C1X1, C1X3, C1X5, and hello. Okay, good. And then the assignment with the lab was C1X2, C1X4, C1X6. We're done with that. Okay, good. Now let's make dir C2X1. All right. Now this is what they want you to do. They want you to input some data, and construct a rectangle with it, and then use the getWidth method and the getHeight method to figure out the area of the rectangle. Okay. All right. So here we go. So let's create an editor. And let's do some header comments just so keep ourselves organized. All right, first the name of the file, AreaTester.java. And then your name. And I'm Mr. G, you're not, don't write Mr. G. And I'm going to put in today's date, today's the 5th of October. We did this a while ago, but there you go. Trying to catch up. And you know what the hey, let's do a file save. File save. AreaTester. Notice that class names like AreaTester.java. AreaTester is in proper case, right? Okay, let's find the folder that I want. There you go. All right, so did that work? Sometimes you have to reopen this to see it. Why is AreaTester there? Open. Why is it stuck? There it is. So C2X. There's nothing in C2X1. What did I do? Where did it go? Was it AreaTester down here? All right, let me drag it. I'm going to drag it into the right place. Where does it go? Here. I can drag it, can't I? Let's use a pointer. No, it's not going to let me drag it. What the heck is going on? All right. Please excuse. I didn't save it in the right place. It won't let me drag it. That's really weird. All right, I'll drag it into place later. It's supposed to be in C2X1. Well, how about this? File, save as. Yes. File, save as. Okay, let's make sure I'm in there, and I'm in there. Go. All right, did it do it? And sometimes it doesn't update the left side right away. And yeah, there you go. All right, so this one can go. I'll delete the one on the bottom, AreaTester. That's not the one I'm doing, okay? All right, there you go. Sorry about that. Alrighty, and I lost my focus again. Okay, here we go. All right, so purpose. How about practice? What do I do? Practice with the rectangle class. How about object-based programming? We're going to eventually do OOP, object-oriented programming, where we create our own classes. But right now we're using existing classes. I'm going to use that. I'm going to call that object-based programming, using existing classes to make objects. Okay, and the rectangle class. Practice with OBP and the rectangle class. Okay, good. All right. So required files. Well, in this case, it's just the main class, or the main class. So that's going to be AreaTester. I'm going to call it the main class. All right, how do we translate it? Translator phase is just the Java C line. Java C AreaTester. And the interpreter. Phase is your Java command. Okay. Now in class, we actually used integer.parseInt to get input from the command line and convert it from strings to ints, but I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to keep this simple. I'm just going to do the project as stated. Now to do this, we need the rectangle class. Here's something you got to realize. There's a lot of libraries in Java. Not all these libraries are imported to save Java C time and RAM and whatnot. Okay, so some classes are imported automatically. The java.lang.string. You'll notice we've used string a lot and we didn't have to import it. But rectangle isn't, so let's do that. Let's import it. Imported classes. This is a little note to self. Okay, so I'm going to import java.awt, the abstract Windows toolkit, that rectangle. You can actually use this to do, graphical programming. But we're not actually going to graph. We're just going to manipulate the data in this object. All right, so then we have a main method. Okay, so public class AreaTester, public static void main string array args, and we use args for input and class, but let's not get crazy right now. Let's just do what the project asks for. And so let's create a rectangle variable. So the type is rectangle. Let's call it Bob, whatever you want to call it. Now, whenever you create a new rectangle, you got to use the keyword new, and you're going to use the rectangle constructor. Now, you're going to realize that there's three kinds of methods. There's constructors that create the object. There's accessors that let you look at the contents of the object, and there's mutators or modifiers that let you change the contents of the object in certain controlled ways, by protecting your data. So let's create a rectangle, and the rectangle constructor is overloaded. In other words, there are many different rectangle constructors you can do depending on your input. If I do this 10, 20, 30, 40, what that means is if I actually graph this Bob rectangle object, it will graph in the top left-hand corner of the screen 10 pixels to the right in X, 20 pixels down in Y. Y increases going down on the graphics screen, and that's the top left-hand corner of your rectangle. And then 30 is the width in pixels, and 40 is the height in pixels. Okay. All right. So what are you going to do? Well, that's basically your input. Here's your process. If I do int, whoops, not there. Let's make an, why am I not in the right place? If I make an int area equals, what is it? Now, I could just do 30 times 40, right? But that's not the point. The point is to use methods, in this case, accessor methods of the rectangle class. So how about bob.getWidth Guess what that does? It'll give me back the 30. And if it's changed, it'll tell me what it's updated to. So width times height times Bob dot get height. So that's how you use an object. You use the associative operator, that little dot. And then the get methods or accesses, they don't change anything. They just tell you what's in the object, right? And so since 30 and 40 are ints, 30 times 40 is 1200 is also an int, right? Okay, let's print out stuff. So very typical. Program is going to have input. That's the rectangle Bob equals new rectangle. Here's input 10, 20, 30, 40. Has processing, width times height, right? And then it has output. So how about system.out.println? And we like to label our output, so I'm going to put a little quote here. Let's keep it simple. How about W equals? I mean, it can be short, but do something. Concatenate. This doesn't mean add. It means put two strings together. Bob.getWidth. All right. So that since the W is a string, the plus isn't adding. It's concatenating, and it'll convert the width back to a string and print it out in the print line. Let's do the same thing so I'm outputting the data and the output. Okay, so the input and output. System.out.println H equals, to keep it short, for height, right? Concatenated with, what I do? I lost an S somewhere. Okay, that should have lined up, right? Okay, so Bob is the object, and the associated with the get height method, or the get height method is associated with a Bob integer as a rectangle object. Okay, good. And then let's print out the answer. And if we had prompted the user for input in inches or something, we could say the width is in inches, the height is in inches, and the area is in square inches. We could get fancy, but we didn't do that, so that's not to say we did. Oh, and by the way, I just broke my rule. Notice that methods like getWidth are in camel case. So are variable names, just to keep us, keep ourselves organized. It's a style, right? So that should not have been in proper case. But class names and files that include the classes, they should be in proper case too. Okay, and I think that's it, right? So let's save it. Control S, and let's run it. Oh, I didn't see the C2X1. So there it is. All right, so let's Java C it. Use the tab key there. Did we mess up something? Required int found double. Well, if you take a look at the Java API, Applications Programming Interface, online, just search for Java API. You can look up the rectangle class and find that get height and get width return double. Isn't that weird? Even though we're inputting 30 pixels, it sounds like an int, and 40 pixels for the height sounds like an int. It converts it to a double. So we got to fix that. We can't do get width is an int times get height is an int. I mean, get width is a double times get height is a double becomes area is an int. You could do it the other way. You can convert ints to doubles because you're not going to lose any data. But if you convert doubles to ints, you might lose some decimal portion. Java won't let you do that. So let's change it. We got to be, whoops, I lost my focus here. Where's my keyboard? There it is. I got to make this a double. A double precision floating point number is a decimal number that can be very, very large, very, very small in scientific notation. Okay, save that, run that. In Java, let's translate it. Now let's run it. In other words, interpret it. So we created the Java bytecode. There's an AreaTester.class file somewhere. Now let's use it. And boom. So if the input is 30 inches and 40 inches, the area is 1,200 square inches. So that's good. Done. Very nice. And that's literal input, right? So every time you want to change the input, you can actually change the code, and you got to save it, and you got Java C it. It'd be better if you used some kind of input like the args command line input or something. But this is fine for this project. Let's not